AskReddit by Dthab Hadi. What is the one thing you do on Friday to start your weekend properly? In the id world we have read only Fridays. If you don't change anything on Friday then you won't need to fix it on Saturday. For me, I end the day by emailing myself a list of all the things I'm in the middle of or need to get done next. Then I can clear my mind and know I can hit the ground running on Monday again. I work in telecom. Big changes at work that could be scheduled for Thursday night are almost always pushed to Monday night instead. No one wants to spend their entire Friday dealing with a major outage. On Fridays I microdose my PTO by kinda doing nothing for 30 minutes at a time. Edit, these better have been free awards. I'm convinced that my company could easily move to 4-day work weeks. Pretty much everyone does this on Friday. If you schedule a meeting, especially afternoon, you'll have a group of people ready to murder you. My wife is a first grade teacher in rough part of the city. So her days can seem like whole weeks based on the wild and funny stories she comes home with. And since I now work from home, I don't have great office stories anymore, aside from the random puking from the nervous Boston Terrier co-worker, but that's a different subreddit. So every Friday night we leave our 9 and 12-year-old kids with older brother, who's 16. We go to the same okayish Mexican place and pretty much eat the same thing. My wife has a big ass margarita, while I am happily am the DD. After nearly 21 years together, this moment is when we still talk plans, life, kids, people we find annoying, and tease each other into fits of laughter, especially after that Friday night margarita hits her. That's when making her laugh becomes a sport for me. We pick something up for the kids on the way home and the night continues in a flurry of 2K and Call of Duty matches with my kids. Trash talking, lots of posturing by my 16-year-old until old man strength kicks in. Friday night is truly what jolts my soul with new energy. What a beautiful life you have. Take my pants off as soon as I get home. I won't need them until Monday. Ditto with bra. Clock into work and get ready for everyone else in the world who is off work the next 2 days to come eat at my restaurant. Then I'm off on a Tuesday and everyone looks at me like I have no job. I miss having days off in the middle of the week. It's just so easy to get things done. Every Friday night, I camp downstairs with my 2 young children. We make beds on the sofas, watch a film and enjoy a nice supper. In a few short years I know they'll think it's not that great to hang out with dad. Edit, many thanks for all the lovely comments, sharing your own wisdom and heartfelt stories. Very kind awards too. If you do it right, they will love hanging out with you until they are old and grey themselves. Just yesterday I called up my pops to ask if he wanted to walk the dog with me, so we could just hang out the 2 of us. Fun coffee Friday unless I'm having a bad day. I try to limit myself to black coffee at work during the week. Doesn't always happen. My post-lunch morning meetings cup is pure joy cream, sugar, and whatever flavorings we have in stock. It's a minor thing, but it changes my mindset and pace during the afternoon wrap-up. I used to do this on Friday mornings, but that was back when I was in the office every day and their terrible black coffee felt like a chore to drink every weekday. Ever since switching jobs and WFH, I now order coffee beans from various roasteries at a discount. I love good black coffee so much that now I get excited every morning and no longer even want the fun Friday coffee. I kinda miss it sometimes, but I found a way for black coffee to scratch that itch. Now I can use those saved calories on beer. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and weekends in particular were bad for me, so I make sure to start my weekend doing something good for my sobriety. Sometimes it's an AA meeting in the afternoon, sometimes it's blocking off an hour on my calendar to go for a walk, or it could be something as simple as a quick phone call to another friend acquaintance in recovery. Been working so far, so not going to stop anytime soon. Edit, thanks for the gold, friend. I try to avoid being preachy, but hopefully this post can help someone else who has struggled is struggling. Always open to chat if anyone thinks it will help. Way to go. You got this. On Friday I do favors for future me so that I can actually have a fun weekend. I wrap up my workday writing a checklist for Monday and close all browser tabs so I can check out mentally. I do online grocery shopping so I have the foods. I start the laundry and figure out the house family plans logistics for the weekend. Sometimes it's a drag when I'm tired, but it helps future me out a lot. Edit. You can scale this down from the week to the day as well. I do dishes at night because future me can wake up to a clean kitchen in the morning. I make my bed in the morning because future me really likes getting into a made up bed in a clean room when I want to turn off. Alternatively, when current me is too physically or mentally tired to do favors for future me, and I wake up to a sink full of dirty dishes I was too tired to do, then even though it's not my favorite, I look back and say, well, past me had it a bit rough last evening and I needed to rest. Have empathy for yourselves, people. You're doing it right. Present me is always such a dick to future me, SMDH lol. I get to leave work early on Fridays, so it's nice to arrive home 2 hours earlier than during the week. I clean. I love cleaning and I love that I can clean my whole flat properly in those few extra hours of freedom. By the time it's 9 PM, my whole home is spotless. I've done 2 sets of laundry, and dinner is in the oven. Then I turn on the console and play a nice game with my husband, or watch a movie together, and by 10:30 PM we slip into fresh bed sheets. This way I've got the Saturdays and Sundays free from doing housework. Just thinking about it now, I can't wait to get home today. Oh, this is nice, and from someone likely on the other side of the world to you currently enjoying their Friday night. I hope you and your husband have the exact Friday you guys desire. Cheers. Rum and Pepsi. Don't cook, get either pizza or tacos. Fresh sheets and a long hot shower before bed. Friday fresh sheets seems to be a thing. I need to adopt this. It sounds nice. I go for a jog in the morning, but I take a particular route which goes around a really pleasant park. I associate that park with Fridays and it starts my day in a great mood. Put on Be Quiet and Drive, Far Away, by Deftones. Open beer. The weekend has begun. Edit. Thanks for the gold, stranger. Thanks to everyone for turning an offhand remark into a fun conversation, and especially thanks for not pointing out that my list is 2 things. Digital bath and same. I have a clown figurine that sits on a shelf above my work desk at home. After I've clocked off on Friday afternoon, this clown moves from the shelf to the front of my desk until Monday morning. Because when the clown is down, this party animal's in town. The clown is down. I move for a case of Boys Will Be Boys. Mentally prepare to have to deal with 3 times the amount of customers. I help with tech support at my job, and every Friday I'm like, WTF, did these people finally decide to come to work today? It's always much busier. My wife and I do For a Friday. Or, more accurately, For a Friday, which stands for Album Awareness and Appreciation. With streaming music services these days, we realize that we never listen to an entire album the way the artist intended. So we decided to sit in the living room or on the deck and do nothing. No screens, no talking. Just sit together and enjoy a full album. We say let For a Friday be your foray into music because we're nerds. Been doing this at least since the pandemic started and have only missed about 5 days. Have heard some great albums that I haven't listened to since I bought them on tape, and heard some pretty great music that I never would have known about otherwise. Tonight is my turn to choose. Depending on our mood, it will either be Johnny Cash Live at Folsom Prison or William Shatner Has Been. Sometimes we go with themes, like today is Revenge of the 5th, or Netherlands Liberation Day. Black History Month was all black artists, etc. Get really high and eat like 4,000 calories. Did this last night and gave myself terrible reflux. Go to the gym and have my usual Friday kebab from my local kebab man. Always starts the weekend right, whatever may be on my plate. Nareen Melinda wo shindana. It's chef's core mid for lol. Eat pizza and listen to Good Vibrations by Marky Mark. Hilarious. Now I'm putting on Good Vibrations radio all day on my Spotify. Thanks friend. When I get in my car after leaving the building, I put Whitney's I Wanna Dance with Somebody on full blast and sing my heart out down Main Street. As is tradition. This is awesome. Well done. Stay up till 2 or 3 AM. Enjoy it. The thought of this alone cripples me the next day. No matter how late I stay up, a 2-year-old wakes me up at 7. This sounds pretty meh, but I do my budget. I get paid on Fridays and it makes me feel for one day at least that I'm okay. Edit. My first award and it's a hug yay. Edit part 2. Y'all. 3 awards, my goodness. It's just made my day even though I'm not sure what I said to deserve them, haha. Are you okay? Since March 2020, Friday is always for the boys. That's when my friends and I meet at one of our places. On this days we order food. Or recently we started preparing foods together in order to save a bit of money, watch stupid videos on YouTube, play some games and talk about our week and our mental health. There is hardly any week in these past 3 years that we skipped a Friday, and only reasons given are the 4 F's: family, fever, firm, festival. It's like a therapy session, and what's talked about in this circle stays in this circle. Diamond dogs, mount up. Get ready to cry at work but on a weekend. Have a beer with my old man, D. Order in and watch a comfort TV show. Possibly with some wine. I go to the pool, then to sauna. Then eat some good chicken from local Vietnamese restaurant while drinking a beer. Make homemade pizza and watch a movie. Leg day. Enjoying a nice dinner by myself, one of my favorites ones.